Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine and my family and I have just finished a 1-month grocery shopping challenge. So our challenge was to spend only $10 per person per week. So there are 4 of us in our family, so we were trying to grocery shop on only $40 per week. Now, to be clear, this was not an extreme grocery shopping challenge. This $40 was intended to supplement what we already had available to us in our pantry and in our freezer. In this video, I'm going to discuss 3 things. The first thing is why food budgets suck. The second thing is what I have learned in doing this exercise. And then the third thing is the steps that I'm going to be taking moving forward. Before we go any further, let me show you what I got for our $40 this week. All right, team, so this is it. This is our last grocery haul of the month. Not too bad for 40 bucks. Let me show you what I got. We have up here potatoes. This is a 10-pound bag. They were $5.99. I did find a 10-pound bag that are organic for $6.99 at another grocery store. So that's what I will probably be buying going forward, just because potatoes are on that list of dirty dozen. So we want to get organic when we can. We've got our garden vegetable mix. This guy is $7. Not a steal of a deal, but that is okay because we eat it all the time. So it's a good way to get us through the winter. We got ranch dip. That was on sale today for $3.79. $3.50 for cream. We'll probably have to buy another one of those at some point this week because we're drinking so much coffee. Tortilla shells, we're going to be doing tacos one night, so $3.50 for those. Hawk also likes to eat these as what we call flat bagels, which is basically just a tortilla shell with cream cheese. Then we've got a tender flake pie crust, $3.50. Jen will be making a chicken pot pie with that this weekend, which should be delicious. We've got some Rivita crisps, and usually we get the flatbreads from IKEA, but lockdown, can't get them right now, so we're gonna go with the Rivita instead. And then we got some ricotta to put on top of those, and each of those items were $3 on the nose. We got our usual carrots, which were $3.50, zucchini, $1, cucumber, $1, $1, bananas, 87 cents, because I only got 3 today. Gray is eating them, Hawk is not. And then some non-GMO yeast. I am going to attempt to make some crispy bread, so we'll see how that goes. And that was $2.50. So there we go. That was our haul for this week. Grand total, $39.65. All right, not bad, right? Okay, let's talk about that first thing. Why food budgets suck. The first reason that grocery budgets suck are because if you're sticking tight to a budget, it means that you can't necessarily buy those extra items that are on sale. So let's say you want to buy pasta sauce, and normally you would buy 5 when they go on sale. If you're on a budget, then you might only be able to buy 1, which was the case with me this month. I found that incredibly frustrating because usually I like to buy multiples if it's something that I know I'm going to use regularly, but instead, because I was on a budget, I only bought 1 rather than buying the multiples. So did I save money the one week? Yes, but in the long run, I didn't end up saving money because then the next week when I was buying it again, I had to buy it for full price. The next reason that grocery budgets suck is that it is a lot of work. So it takes a lot of time in order to plan, prep, and organize exactly how and when you're going to go grocery shopping. We talked about those staple items that go on sale, and it's great when they do go on sale, but guess what? Your staple items never go on sale at the same time at the same store. So can you save yourself money by driving around from one store to the next to the next? Yes, you absolutely can, but in the long run, is it worth your time? Is it worth your energy? I don't know. To me, with 2 kids at home, 3 and under, I'd rather just have the extra time at home. And the final reason that grocery budgets suck are because they limit your creativity. If you have a fixed amount of money that you can spend on a budget each week, then you're going to be pretty limited as to what you can buy. So if you want to try out a new recipe, will you be able to do it? You might, but you will probably feel a little bit limited in your options. Next up, let's talk about what I have learned in doing this process. This exercise has made me acutely aware of how expensive good food is and how cheap not so great food is. There's really a race to the bottom when it comes to food pricing. Grocery chains are constantly trying to lower their prices in order to compete with other companies, which means that in turn, we're trying to source our foods in the cheapest way that we possibly can. As a result, this is typically meaning that we're not getting the most nutrient-dense foods that we possibly could. At the end of the day, $40 per week really does not go very far. And I think that as a society, we need to start to do better. There are a lot of people who do need to budget and who need to be very, very careful about where every single dollar is going. And we need to make sure that there are healthy and nutritious foods available to these people. So let me just give you a quick idea of here in our community, how much a fresh fruit and vegetable organics box would cost. So each week we order a box from a local provider, and that box costs us $32 per week. And here's a quick rundown of what we get in that box. So as you can see, it's not a ton of food, and 32 of the $40 gone just like that doesn't leave a lot of flexibility for buying other things like grains, dairy, and meats if you're a meat eater. Now, on that note of meat eating, if you do want to keep your overall grocery budget fairly low, adopting a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle would actually help to save quite a bit of money. If you're interested in learning about some strictly vegetarian and vegan friendly meals, there is a channel called Pickup Lines. I know they have at least one video that has a bunch of different meals that can be made for under $2 per meal. But even at that, let's say that you have 4 people in your family, you've got 4 people times $2 per person times 3 meals per day. That's still going to run you about $24 per day, which means that it is $168 for the week. Now, if you were to eat only oatmeal for breakfast in the mornings, then you could probably get your overall cost per day down to about $20 for your family of 4, which would mean $140 for the family for the week. And in terms of a monthly cost, that would be approximately $560. Now, other frugal moms have suggested that about $100 per person per month is a very doable amount. Do I agree? Yes, absolutely. But that would only be after you already had your pantry established. If you don't have those staple items like oatmeal, rice, then it might be a little bit trickier. And finally, let's talk about those next steps. So I have learned a lot in doing this exercise. It has been very, very educational and eye-opening for me, but I can't keep going at only $40 per week. Well, I could. I just don't want to. First up, I'm going to be practicing shelf cooking, which is a term that was introduced by Jordan Page, and I will link her channel down below as well if you're interested in checking her out. The whole idea of shelf cooking is buy 1 for now and buy 2 for later. And I love that idea because when things do go on sale and they're staple items that you know that you're going to use regularly, then you can buy 3 and you know that you're getting them at a good price and you know that you've got them in your pantry whenever you happen to need them. And on that note of shelf cooking, I'm going to be doing shelf cooking for the last week of every single month. During that last week of each month, I'm going to try to not go to the grocery store at all. There probably will be a few things that we do still need to buy, like a couple fresh fruits or vegetables, but I'm going to try to cook primarily what we have available to us in our pantry and in our freezer. I will also be continuing to use my Flip app in order to look through all of the flyers and see what is on sale where. Am I going to drive around to 3 different grocery stores in order to get all of the things that I would like to buy? No, I'm not. So I'm going to kind of have to pick and choose which grocery store is the best one to buy at for that given week. Now, a lot of the grocery stores in our area do also price match, so I do have the option of doing the price matching, but I don't know. That feels like a lot of work. Maybe I'll try it. We'll see. Do you price match? If you do, please let me know in the comments down below. On that note, if you're enjoying this video, please do go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more about what we're doing in our family and what our family of 4 with 2 little ones is like, then hit that subscribe button and make sure that you click that little bell there to receive notifications for when we upload a new video. The next thing that I'm going to be doing is making sure that my purchases are mindful. It's very easy to go into the grocery store and to see something on sale or something that looks really good and to just grab it and toss it in the cart. I want to make sure that I'm planning my meals in advance, as we have been doing for this last month, and that I'm buying items that are going to be still fitting into that meal plan. Will we make extra purchases on occasion? Yes, absolutely. But I'm going to try to be much more mindful about what it is that I'm taking off of the shelves and putting into my cart. I'm also going to work more vegetarian meals into our weekly plan. And I'm going to do that for 2 reasons. 1, it is far more cost effective, and 2, it is far more environmentally friendly. One of the number 1 contributors to greenhouse gases is actually the production of meat. I am well aware that this is going to take a significant amount of work. I have been in the process of trying to find family-friendly vegetarian meals over the last 4 years, and it's not always easy, but I am going to make it happen. And for all of you meat lovers out there, let's talk about protein, because I know you're going to ask about it. The thing is that you don't actually need nearly as much protein as you think you do. The other thing is that you can actually get just as much protein from plant sources as you could from meat sources if you properly combine your foods. So let's dive into this and let's have a look at plant-based protein options. Now, if you're like, this is totally not for me, then we'll see you in the next one. But anybody that's interested in just hearing me out, here we go. Up first, we have 1 cup of cooked oatmeal or 1 cup of cooked spinach will give you 6 grams of protein. For 7 grams of protein, 2 tablespoons of almond butter will do it. For 8 grams of protein, you could eat half a cup of edamame, half a cup of black beans, 1 cup of quinoa, a 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds, or 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. For 13 grams of protein, 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds. And if you're looking for a whopping 20 grams of protein, 1 scoop of Vega protein and greens will do the job. Now, you're probably wondering how much protein you actually need in a day. The daily recommended amount of protein is your body weight times 0.4. So if you are 160 pounds, let's say, that would be 160 times 0.4, which would be 64 grams of protein. If you break that down across 3 meals plus 2 to 3 snacks, it should be very, very easy to get that amount of protein in a day. If you are a very active individual, then you may want to increase that amount to 0.6, so body weight times 0.6. Now, I'm obviously not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I am just a person who has done the research and figured out what you can eat that's plant-based in order to get the appropriate amount of protein. I hope that you found today's video to be helpful, educational, or maybe a little bit inspirational. If you're going to use any of the tips that I have suggested in the video, please let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I would love to have you as a viewer, so hit that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.